Hello. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. This is your first class?
Yes, sir.
Acha. How many classes are allotted to you for CIT?
Is with you is 4 classes, sir.
Okay, okay. Acha. Have you gone through the study material?
No, we don't have. We don't have the study materials.
No, no, it is available on the online platform. You
Hello,
can,
sir. You said
it is available online. The study material.
okay. But it is not there in our LMS.
Yes, yes. I am sharing you the link. Are you able to see my presentation?
Okay.
1 minute.
Okay, sir.
Do you see the link in the screen?
Yes, I can see it, sir. It is visible. I can see.
Yes, yes. Copy this link.
No, sir. But I think if you can paste it in the comment
Okay,
section, chat box.
okay. You will copy. Okay, fine. Now you got it?
Yes, I have seen it. Let me copy it.
Yes. See, already opened the link here.
Okay. Yes, I can see it. I can see the materials.
Yes, yes. This is your material CIT 001, CIT 002, and CIT 003.
Okay, sir.
First block is your fundamentals of computer system. Actually, the class is like that. When you go through the study material and ask me the doubts. Today we will discuss briefly about fundamentals of computer systems. Is this
Okay,
clear?
sir. Yes, sir. I'm with you. I can see.
Okay. The first block is called CIT 001 Fundamentals of Computer. In this block, there is many blocks like block 1 hardware and software, block 2 problem solving technique, block 3 networking and communication, block 4 is information security. When you click on this block, you get different PDF files. These are the PDF files unit wise.
Okay.
You can also
Okay.
download it and read offline.
Okay, sir.
Okay. For example, I have downloaded this. First one is your introduction to PC personal computer. Have, do you have any prior experience in computer science? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. Do you have any prior experience in computer science?
No, sir. No, sir. No, not at all.
Okay. This is the fundamental unit where you are introduced to the computer for the first time.
Yes.
Achha. PC, what do you mean by PC? Personal computer.
Okay, sir.
Introduction to personal computer. In this lesson, we'll study about the high level view of the computer system, like what is the physical unit of the computer system and different units connected to the computer system.
Okay, sir.
For example, you can see the diagram here. Are you able to see the diagram?
Yes, I can see.
Yes. This is your monitor, this is your system unit, and this is keyboard and mouse. This total is called a computer system or desktop PC. There are the different components of the computer system. This is CPU cabinet, and there are different devices attached to it. These devices are categorized into input device and output device and processing unit. The input device are like keyboard, mouse, camera, etc. Are you able to read this thing?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Similarly, the output devices are like you get printout from the computer system. This is your output. So output device is the printer. And after you give input to the computer, it is processed and the output is given. The processor or CPU comprise of control unit, arithmetic logic unit, and memory unit. Are you following the diagram?
Yes.
Here, see in the diagram, input device, you give the input to the input device, and after the computer get the input, it can process the input, then generate the output through output device. And these points are described here. You can go through it in your extra time, and you can also ask me the doubt in the next class. There are few central processing unit consist of control unit and arithmetic and logic unit. And there are computer memory, like your in your phone you have memory. In computer there is also memory. Mainly two types. Yes, can you are you going to ask some questions?
No, 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 sir. No, sir. Go on. Proceed.
Okay. Like your phone, computer need to store data. Data may be in the form of text, in the form of video, in the form of software. These are stored in the memory. There are two types of memory: primary storage and secondary storage. Types of main memory. These are memory chips. One is called RAM, random access memory, and another is called ROM, read-only memory. Mainly two types of memory are used in the computer system, RAM and ROM. This is a picture of a memory chip or RAM chip. We can use the RAM to increase our computer's memory storage capacity, and similarly we can add more memory to the computer. Okay, the RAM is also a volatile memory, means it is the memory is stored till there is connection in the computer. When the computer is shut off, the memory is gone. So when we want to store the memory permanently, we have to use the secondary storage memory, that is your hard disk or pen drive. Hard disk is mainly two types. Today we have external hard disk which is detachable and connected through the USB port to the computer. Similarly, in the computer we have hard disks, that is secondary type of storage or memory. Similarly, there is ROM, read only memory, where the memory is stored permanently and you cannot erase the memory. The CPU does the processing and store any information in the memory. The memory are mainly two types: RAM, ROM, and secondary storage. These are different type of memory also. These are called programmable read-only memory, and another one erasable programmable read-only memory, EEPROM, and another is PROM. When you read the, you have to do the exercises here, so that So learning is reinforced. Okay. Secondary memory is also called auxiliary memory. And mainly hard disk, floppy disk, CD-ROM, and DVD, etc. This is a picture of your internals of the hard disk.
Yes, I can see.
In summary, we have read about the computer system. Computer system mainly comprises of input device, output device, and CPU. You can go through the unit and ask me any doubt in the next class. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir.
Then another unit is unit 2. This is your unit 1. In unit 2, we have more elaborate about the storage organization, that is the memory organization of the computer system. We have read in the previous unit that there are mainly two types of memory: read-only memory and random access memory and a secondary storage memory. Here, here the block diagram describes here that CPU access the main memory, and to speed up your computer response, we have cache memory. When you play the game, if there is no cache memory, you cannot play game in a speed mode. So cache memory speed up the processing of the CPU. So here in this block diagram, you are shown the memory hierarchy. In memory hierarchy, here see the CPU interact with the memory after processing. It put data in memory, and during processing, it may fetch data from the memory. So there are three layers of memory: secondary memory, primary memory, and cache memory. When the look here, when the memory is placed adjacent or near to the CPU, it is much faster in comparison to other memories. So in this block diagram, you can see that cache memory is the fastest memory, then primary memory, then secondary memory. Primary memory is your RAM and ROM, we have read in the previous unit, and secondary memory is your hard disk, and cache memory is inbuilt in the motherboard of the computer. So it is more speed speedier than the other type of memory, and it also costs more. It is pronounced as cache memory. See in this pyramid, when in main primary memory, access speed increases, but storage capacity decreases, and cost of memory increases. And this is called primary storage memory. And magnetic disk, magnetic tape, and hard disk are called secondary storage devices. Yeah. Do you know how memory capacity? How do you represent the memory capacity? Suppose in your phone, it is said that 32 GB. That means your phone can hold information up to 32 GB. If your game software or any other software requires you more memory, then you have to install more memory to it. So the minimum uh, size of the memory is byte, then kilobyte, then megabyte, then gigabyte, then terabyte. See, in this byte represents only one character. 1024 bytes represent 1 kilobyte. Then 1024 kilobytes represents 1 megabyte and so on. Here main memory is mainly divided into RAM and ROM. RAM is divided into DRAM and STRAM. ROM is divided into PROM and EPROM. Previously we used floppy disk or magnetic tapes. Now it is not used. See here in this block diagram, we see that CPU connected to the different memory modules and input devices. When the information comes to the input device, or you can say it comes to the IO processor, input output processor, and there is always bidirectional interaction of CPU and IO processor with the memory. There is another term which is called volatility. Volatility means how much time the memory returns its data. As we have discussed previously, RAM or read-only memory is volatile. Volatile means once the computer is switched off, all the memory is lost. So when you want to store the memory, you have to store it in the secondary storage device. Here the difference between primary and secondary memory is given. As we have discussed, in primary memory, it is fast and large memory but slower than processor memory. Primary memory has faster access time, smaller storage capacity, and higher cost per bit storage. Secondary memory, or for example, hard disk. The secondary memory is mainly used for bulk storage, that is, mass storage of program data and other information. You store your photos and videos, etc., in this type of memory. It basically stores system software, compiler, assembler, and useful packages. Input output devices. What are the input and output devices? Hello. Here in input output device we have discussed keyboard, mouse, joystick, microphone, barcode reader, graphics tablet. These are all input devices. And output devices like monitor, printer, plotter, speaker. There are very different type of monitor available in the market. CRT, cathode ray tube, LCD. Previously there is used one, now flat panel monitors are available, that is liquid crystal displays. This is a projector. Projector is also a output device. Black and white monitor, grayscale monitor, then color monitors, analog monitor and digital monitor. Okay, printer is also a output device. Printer, laser printer, automatic printer, these are all output device. Line printer, basis of quality. Internals of laser printer. Scanner is also an input device. Where you scan the paper and the image directly goes to the computer. It is used to take photograph of books and documents, and there are also three-dimensional scanners that are used for producing three-dimensional model of object. You are also using pen drives. Pen drives where you can store your photos and videos, and it comes in different capacities where it is connected to the USB port of the computer. It is also called a fast drive. And previously, CD-ROM were used where data or videos are recorded in the recording surface of the CD or compact disc. Keyboard is a input device. Mouse is also a input device. Left mouse roller. Graphic tablet is also input device where you draw with a special drawing pen and the image generated are directly transported to the computer. You can store it. Speaker is also output device. Microphone, voice recording microphone. Here it is also input device. The next unit is your about software. There is mainly two type of software: system software and application software. What is system software? System software is the software which runs your system. System means your computer system. And application software are utility software. For example, you type some documents in a word processing file. That word processing software is an application software. Basically, application software lets you do some jobs with the computer, whereas the system software control and coordinates with the hardware of the system or computer system. See in this block diagram, your hardware is at the center. Hardware means the computer system, all the hardware parts. OS means operating system. This is your system software which handles the hardware. And on top of it, there are application program or application software which the different users use. For example, you use an mail application software or browser application software to surf the internet. This is an example of application software. Similarly, Windows operating system handle the hardware of the computer system and also manages the memory allocation of application programs. You can use different application programs simultaneously. Operating system manages all the memory allocation of the application programs. Example of operating system are MS-DOS, that is disk operating system, and Windows. And we use different type of computer language to code the software or to write the software. For example, assembler is a utility software where you write the program in assembly language, and the assembler turn that assembly language program to machine language program, because the computer only understand the machine language. So the assembly language program you write is known as the source program, and after the assembler uh, translate it into machine language, it is known as the object program, which runs directly on the computer system. Similarly, there is also a compiler. Compiler is a utility software which translate a program written in a high-level language such as C and BASIC, that is your source program, into machine language program, that is object program. See here, both the compiler and interpreter translate the program to from source program to the machine program. So what is the difference between compiler and interpreter? First, the compiler scan entire program first and then convert it into machine code. But the interpreter scan program line by line. The compiler translates the entire program to machine code after debugging the program, and execution takes place in the end. But in case of interpreter, after each execution, every line is checked for syntax error and then converted to object code. Once the debugging process is done, the program execution time is less. But in case of interpreter, as it executes the program in a line-by-line manner, the program execution time is more. The debugging process is slow, that is step-by-step execution checking, but debugging process is fast, step-by-step execution strategy. The compiler are suitable for large program, and interpreter are suitable for small program. Programs produced by compiler run much faster than interpreter. Program produced by interpreter run slower than compiler, because here line by line execution is done. But in case of compiled program, batch processing is also done. That is also different type of utility programs. Application software. As we have discussed before, different type of application software are there. For example, Word, Excel, these are all application softwares. Application software, those software which we use for any application. Okay? For example, word processing package, spreadsheet. For example, Excel, graphics software, database management software. In word processing package, you create a document, modify the document, and print out the document. Similarly, in spreadsheet, like a program like MS Excel, you manipulate data using different formulas. Here there is a question of what is GUI? It is common just GUI. GUI stands for graphical user interface. Graphical user interface, like modern operating system Windows, where the programs are represented as icons and we use mouse to click and double click on them or manipulate them like drag and drop system. These features all are visual. So it is called GUI. Then this main major system software is the operating system. There are different type of operating system. Serial processing system, batch processing system, multi-programming system. There are mainly we use mainly two type of operating system, that is Linux or Unix based, another is Windows based. Network parallel operating system, distributed operating system, and there is computer virus. Computer virus is a program which destroys the software of the system. It also affects your data and manipulates the system so that it is non-usable. There are different type of virus, and antidote is also there for viruses like antivirus software. Different terms are there. Phishing, spam.
Sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Huh. Have you
But
downloaded
I
the?
think,
Yes.
yeah, yes, yes, yes,
Have you downloaded the material?
yes, I've done.
Okay. Then this is your block 1, unit 5, introduction to database management system. What
Okay,
is it?
sir.
What is the database? First, you have to read from the starting unit. That is, we have discussed from unit 1, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4. Then unit 5. You read this thing and ask me if there is any doubt tomorrow. Next class is your schedule on tomorrow.
Yes, it's tomorrow, sir.
Tomorrow 5:30.
You said
Tomorrow 5:30. Time.
time. Yes, it's 5:30.
Okay. Okay.
But we here in Nigeria is 1 o'clock,
Oh,
1 p.
oh, you are staying there. You are staying in Nigeria.
Yes, sir, I'm staying in Nigeria.
Oh, okay. I am just briefly describing what you need to study. Then you study and ask me any doubt if you are.
Okay, okay, sir, I will do so.
Okay. Introduction to database management system. Here, in what do we mean by database? In database, we store data and manipulate data. That is called database management system. There are different type of database management system. For example, we have to store data in tabular format. Like this is item name, price, quantity, store name, and date of sale. All these data are categorized in a tabular system, and we store this data in the memory of the system. But the database management system manages the data. Manages the data means it allows us to enter data, sort data, search data. Then we can print out the data from the database. Here one concept is there that primary key. Primary key means that unique key or data through which you can search other data or other data dependent on this data. For example, in the student data table, roll number is the primary key because when you know the roll number of the student, the student name, class, and all the subject assigned to the student can be extracted from the database. That is why roll number is the primary key. Similarly, there is a concept of foreign key. Foreign key means something like for in foreign land that is your not native land. Foreign key means maybe another table where the one's table's primary key is inserted in that table as a foreign key. For example, in the library table, there is book number is your primary key in the library table, but the roll number of the student who takes the book or lend the book is the foreign key. There is before developing the database, we need to do data modeling. Data modeling can be done through ER diagram or entity relationship models. We use different symbols to define the diagram. For example, this rectangle represents entity, and this diamond shape defines relationship, and this oval shape are written down to for attributes. What are the attributes? We will see in the example. In direct example, let me find an example here. Here this is a ER diagram. It is very easy to study this. See here there are two entities, that is student and history. It depicts the student's history, class history or education history. Here the student is an entity and student history is also an entity. Entity is those for which we need to store data. For student, there may be many attributes. The attributes are represented by oval shape containers like student, semester, course, student ID or roll number, name and address. Here ID or roll number is the primary attribute or primary key. Here in the diamond shape that has student has history. The relationship between the entity student and history is established through this diamond, and the history entity has attributes like course, teacher, semester, and department. Here, this is another pretty relationship diagram. Here, the employee is an entity, company is an entity, project is also an entity. Let us study the diagram. Here you see employee entity has many different attributes like employee ID, employee name, employee address, employee sex. Employee works for company. Here company is also an entity and works for is the relationship between employee entity and company entity. Here the company name, company address, city, street, etc. These are called attributes of the company entity. Company controls different projects and employee assigned or works in different projects. Project is also an entity. Project has project ID, project number, project location, project domain. All are interrelated through this relationship type. There are three entities, that is employee, company, project, and three type of relationship, that is works for, controls, and assigned. There are many type of applications of BPMS like application of different type of DBMS are there. MySQL, Oracle are example, MS Access, This completes your CIT-1 module, which consists of 5 units. Now let us download other modules and study it. Please go through the UI diagram, and if any doubt, ask me.
Ka gani ko baka gani ba? Shi ne. Yi magana ka gani za ka ga nan ɗin yana alama.
This completes your CIT-01.
But I didn't download this one, sir.
No, this is the all different modules. You can download each one by one.
Okay.
Here, in the same link, you will get CIT-001. When you click on CIT-001,
Yes, I did. I saw all of them there.
you have to download all the thing and store it in your system.
Okay, sir.
CIT-002. I have also downloaded it. Let me check. CIT-002. Elements of state of the practice. Yes, four blocks. CIT-002. I have, yes, I have put it in block 1, block 2. Okay, CIT-002. Let me check. Yes, Introduction to Information Technology. Block 2, Block 3, and Block 4. All have Block 4.
Okay.
We have covered only the CIT-001 for blocks, and there are actually 4 other to go. Today we will download all the modules.
Okay, okay. I will download all of them, sir.
Uh, Let me also download this one. Have you downloaded the CIT-01 all modules?
Yes.
This is Unit 1, and this is, I think, Unit, yes, this is Unit 2. And this is Unit 3. And this is 4. Yes, Unit 4. And Unit 5 we have discussed about the database system. That is Unit 5. Yes, this completes your CIT-01. And CIT-02 e-commerce, CIT-02 e-commerce, e-governance, and educational system. 3 chapters are there. We have to download it and we'll discuss it tomorrow. Block 2. Block 2. Block 2. E-governance. Block. There is some error. Let me check once more. Unit. Unit 1, Unit 2, and Unit 3. unit. Hello.